And I'm joined by my co-host, Michael Askren, Netmarble Community Manager, taking over for Alex Ferreira, who is very busy with his project management duties on Marvel Future Fight. Welcome aboard, Michael. Welcome back. You showed your chops with our last live stream where you talked about all things Marvel, and you really showed how much you love Marvel. So we're glad to have you here, taking over, as opposed to somebody that just, doesn't know what they're talking about.
Thanks, Alfonso. Happy to be along.
Well, I mean, as long as you keep up that knowledge, we're happy to have you too. All right, now... It was for the X-Men update, right?
Yes.
Okay, now... We hope that everybody is enjoying our recent Fantastic Four update. It's the one that we've been sitting on for a while, and we're happy to finally get it into the hands and devices of our fans out there. So, how do you like the V470 update so far, the Fantastic Four update?
I'm liking it. Ben Grimm's pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. Another solid strength hero, and of course, Reed's always been a traveler, so it's great to just have another story with, Marvel's first family.
Now, I myself, I've already completed the Epic Quest. I've unlocked all the characters, leveled them up to Tier 2, and it's funny, the only thing that's holding me back from unlocking Doctor Doom is She-Hulk. And it's like She-Hulk's been in the game forever, but she was literally one of the only characters that I hadn't Tier 2'd yet, so it was like, oh no! So now I'm working on getting her gear fully...
grinding timeline battle.
Exactly. And then I'm going to unlock Doctor Doom and just smash through timeline with him.
The man himself.
There we go. But that's not what this live stream is about. We're here to discuss our V480 Captain Marvel update. And yes, that right there. And for those of you that have been playing playing Marvel Future Fight for a long time, you know that Captain Marvel was one of the launch characters for Marvel Future Fight. And with the new Captain Marvel movie coming out on March 8th, there's a whole new level of renewed interest in the character. And with that renewed interest comes this new Marvel Future Fight update and live stream. Speaking of the movie, Michael, how much are you looking forward to seeing the movie?
A lot. I'm a big fan of Brie Larson. I really enjoyed her in United States of Terra and Short Term 12 and Room. I mean, I think she's just a good casting for an up-and-comer superhero as she is in this iteration. Just trying to learn the ropes and, find your own footing. So I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I got hopes. I like the MCU movies that Marvel's been doing really great. They haven't steered us wrong yet. So, I hope that this is just another awesome Marvel movie. And I'm actually really looking forward to this movie after seeing the second Captain Marvel trailer. For those of you that have seen it, at the very beginning of that trailer, the train station that they feature, it's actually the train station directly below us and right in front of our offices here in downtown LA. There they are. You see that? Yeah, now if you go watch that trailer and you sync that up with this, you'll see that's literally the train station. And... that gave me this really awesome feeling of, wow, that's the train that I take to work literally every day, which is really cool. But now, back to business. As usual, Michael and I would like to remind you that we will be answering viewer questions about the Captain Marvel update near the end of the live stream. Our staff will be monitoring the chat and be collecting your questions. And at the end of the stream, we'll pick a few choice questions and answer them. So please submit your Captain Marvel update related questions now. Now, with that out of the way, why don't we get to the new content?
Let's.
All right. So here we are. Now we got the character setup that you may have seen in the artwork already. Nick Fury, Captain Marvel, and Ronan. And I don't have the Captain Marvel uniform equipped, and you'll see why in just a second. So here we have Nick Fury, finally in the game. Everybody's been wanting him to be actually playable since launch. And this is actually Nick Fury Modern, which is, it's his modern look that you see both in the MCU and in the comic books. A little bit of a combination. That's why you got the, the little bit of the armored look to go along with his trench coat right there. So why don't we take a look at his skills? So we're just going to jump in, take a look at some of his skills, give everybody a taste of what these characters have to show. So skill 1, it's just a smoke grenade that blinds and shotgun blast right there, typical. Now the second skill, here we go. We have Agent Coulson jump in and give you some support. Now that is comics Agent Coulson, not MCU Agent Coulson. There we go. And now the third skill. There we go. Nice little AoE with a pistol blast right there. Now let's look at the 4th skill right here. Now I'm going to drop that. Bam! So he's got a gun in placement right there, drops in, and he just jumps in, starts doing all kinds of crazy damage.
Wait, can you direct that?
Well, why don't we check? So if I drop that in again, and I start using the movement cursor, yep, you can actually control and make sure you attack who you want to attack. Now that's really great for those big boss battles where you have a lot of enemies running around and you want to focus on the boss and you don't want the auto attacks, you know, knocking out mooks, and you're like, no, I want to attack him. You can actually focus on the boss with that. Now, why don't we check out the 5th skill? So with the 5th skill, calls in the A10s. You got the shield bubble there with the shield logo on the ground right there. Very nice. Going to do that again right there.
Very next to it right there.
Right, yep, calling in backup. So now, there's more than just that look to Nick Fury.
Fire persists.
Oh, yes, it does. So if you saw our second teaser, you saw the little half and half Nick Fury that we had going on. So that's right. We also have a costume for the Captain Marvel movie. I'm going to equip that right there. And that's very important, obviously, because if we're doing a movie update, you can't just have a non-movie version of the character. So why don't we take a look at just a couple of the skills that are changed with this uniform. Now, I'm not going to go with all the details, but I just want to show you a couple of things that have changed. Now, obviously, we can't have time-traveling Coulson for his second skill, so check it out. There we go. We have Carol Danvers as Captain Marvel jump in and do some support with the second skill right there. And then this is the level and attention of detail that I really love in Marvel Future Fight. If I do the 5th skill, it's the old shield logo right there.
Retro.
There you go. That's really cool. I love that attention to detail right there.
Very nice.
So now, going from left to right, we're actually going to jump over Captain Marvel. I'm going to save the best for last and go straight to Ronan. Now here you go, you have Ronan, as you all may remember him from the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, but this is actually Ronan 25 years earlier, where he's Ronan the Pursuer, not Ronan the Accuser yet. And why don't we just take a couple of looks at his skills. Now, obviously I'm not going to go through all of them right now, just giving you a taste. Now here, why don't we do his 4th and 5th skill? So, there we go, 4th skill right there. And then let's check out the 5th skill. Now at the 5th skill, you see him charge up and then slam down, but there's more to it than just that. Why don't I hold the 5th skill button down, and as you can see, you can charge it up for a ton of extra damage. There you go. There you go. And so that's just a little bit of the new Ronan the Pursuer uniform. Now, why don't we look at Captain Marvel's new uniform? And you know what? I was saving it.
Buy it?
Yes. Why don't we buy it? Everybody, you want to buy it? Here we go. Everybody can get a little bit of that happiness. Oh, when you buy something cool. Bam. We have just acquired the new uniform for Captain Marvel, and people that were looking at some of our teasers for Captain Marvel were wondering, what look is she going to have? Is she going to have her helmeted look or non-helmeted look? And there was a lot of debate going around that. Well, we're about to find out right now, so we're going to go into the previews. And the really cool thing about this uniform is it takes all of our existing skills and new skills, and it just ratchets everything up to 11. So why don't we look at the skills, starting with skill 1. Boom. Now, what I really like about the first skill is she actually pulls in the enemies.
Yeah, the gravity.
Yes, before smashing them right there. Then we have skill 2 here. Now, that's really cool. It's a knock up, and then a smash down.
Like a juggling move.
Right, and then here's skill 3, where she flies around. Zipping around. There we go. And then skill 4 looks really cool. It's one of those very cinematic moves that we have. We've been adding, these bit by bit, the super cinematic camera angles. Very awesome. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip over skill 5, very conspicuously for a reason. I'm going to do a couple more attacks just to build that meter off to the left. Oh, right. Tier 3 meter. So building up that tier 3 meter so that I can show off her tier 3 skill. And then we're going to go back to number 5. There we go. So you want to check out tier 3?
Yeah.
You want to hit the button? Come on, there you go.
So
Bam. Very cool. Very awesome. Got a nice little cutscene playing.
Meteor.
There we go. And then you got all the meteors raining down. Very awesome. Hit for over 300 hits right there. But now watch this. When we activate our 5th skill, it's as before, it's the buff, but bam! Looks like she goes binary right there. She's got her helmet, and all of her attacks are amplified. More hits, more damage. Looks really cool. And then, like, look at, for example...
Flashy.
Yeah, more flashier. Look at the one where she zips around. There's just a ton more attacks right there. And then she pulls in all of those enemies with that. Now watch this. Why don't we do her tier 3 with her buff activated? There you go. Looks like we have extra animation, extra attacks, and now let's see how many hits she hits for there. You see that number, that hit number climbing there. So there we go. So that is the new Captain Marvel uniform right there. Looks really cool. Now we have more than that. So why don't we go back to the team menu, and now we're going to look at the second set of characters. So here we have Korath. Those of you that are fans of Guardians of the Galaxy will recognize Korath. This is obviously a younger... Yes, exactly. Exactly. Korath. This is before he's got the modifications on the side of his head and whatnot, when he's working directly with Ronan the Accuser. So why don't we look at a couple of his skills? Just going to show off a couple of them. You can witness and experience the rest of them for yourself when the update comes out. So I'm going to look at skill 4. So what I really like about that is that it's a nice melee attack that sends off this hurt cyclone behind it. And then skill 5. Sending off a ton of blades that are attacking, doing bleed damage, stun, really cool stuff. So, you know, that's just a little tiny look at Korath. And he's got, obviously, 3 more skills after that you'll be able to check out yourself. And then, of course, we have Minn-Erva. Minn-Erva, who's been in the comics for a long time, we have her base uniform. So why don't we take a look at her skills? Dr. Minn-Erva, obviously, and her first skill right here. Now, what I really like about Minn-Erva is that her abilities all just have this look of, look how strong and powerful I am. All of them just, they look like they hit super hard. Yeah, there's oomph, exactly. That is a perfect way to describe it. Now, her fourth skill is one of my favorites right here. Comes in with the cars, just swinging them around like melee weapons. Really awesome. And then her fifth skill. We tease this in the teasers.
Not everyone knows. So like, she's supposed to be a Kree scientist, and so she experiments on herself, which is why she can turn into this factory.
Yeah, she basically took all of the best results of her experimentations and used them on herself. And now that fifth skill, for those of you that play a lot and pay really close attention, is similar to Magic's fifth skill, for example, where she turns into her demon mode and attacks enemies. So this is the second character that has this I'm going to turn into a giant monster and attack things ability. But that isn't all there is for Dr. Minn-Erva right there. We also have her uniform because of course she's also in the Captain Marvel movie. And the uniform is very different than the base character. So why don't we take a look at a couple of her skills. Not going to show them all off. Just going to show the fourth and fifth skill like I have with the last couple of characters.
Much more of a commando type.
Right, exactly. Yes. Now, what's really cool is the fourth skill, once again, very cinematic. Another one of those really cool cinematic skills. And it looks just devastating. I'm going to do it again. I mean, look at that. She goes invisible.
She just goes ham. She's like...
Exactly. Tons of attacks right there. And then her fifth skill. Right here, she jumps up and actually grabs onto the tail of a Kree fighter, and she's actually hanging underneath it. Yeah, why don't I do that again? There, see that? Do you see it there?
I do.
Yeah, really cool stuff. And you can check out the rest of the skills when the update goes live. Just giving you a taste of everything that's coming out.
Just a taste.
Just a taste. So with that, why don't we check out some more stuff? Now that we've had a chance to check out the new characters and costumes, why don't we take a look at them in action in our new character video for the Captain Marvel update. Are you ready to see it, Michael? All right, I'll take that as a yes. Why don't we check it out now? Wow, what did you think of that update or that video, Michael?
That was awesome. I mean, I feel like I was almost in the movie without being shown the movie.
Right.
Yeah, a little bit of spoilers. I mean,
right.
Super exciting.
It felt like you were watching the movie in advance. Maybe an animated version of the movie.
Right.
I mean, that's a lot of really awesome content that is going to be in the movie, but is going to be in the game before the movie comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually not everything that we have in this new update. The live stream isn't just about new characters and costumes. We also have some new gameplay to show off. Gameplay in the way of a new legendary battle themed around the new Captain Marvel film. So why don't we let the players see a little bit of what's in store?
Yeah.
Michael, would you like to take over and check out the first stage of the new legendary battle for Captain Marvel? So why don't we go to the gameplay now and check this out? So why don't you...
I'm way ahead of you.
Okay, so hit normal. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Enter. And why don't we start that right there?
Boom. Got this nice first scene in the Pegasus bunker.
Why don't you skip that? We don't want to spoil too much for the players. Now, what I would recommend doing here is activating your buff and then cycling out your abilities so that you can just do maximum damage to all the enemies. Yeah, just as soon as the cooldown expires on that buff ability, you just activate it again. There we go. Good.
Oh no. Cooldown. Okay.
Come on, you got your abilities. Use your abilities, man.
I wanted to finish the menu. Okay.
Come on, we're supposed to look cool here.
Okay, yeah.
All right, there we go.
So should I save the 5 is okay. I don't have my tier 3 unlocked.
No,
so
not in this. There we go.
Okay.
So here you're fighting a lot of scrolls. I wonder which one of those is the old lady from the trailer.
Definitely this one.
Okay, now it looks like the boss has appeared. So why don't you do that fifth skill,
No.
and then just there you go, beat him down.
Wail on him.
Perfect. Let's see if you can beat him. Come on, keep.
This guy has a name, right? Oh, dude, he's shooting lightning.
What kind of lightning?
Scroll lightning.
Okay. There we go.
Stun!
Stun. Well, come on, do your abilities. There we go. You got him past halfway. So let's see if you can you can defeat him. Perfect. You almost got him there. Yeah, just make sure that you're.
Oh, what? Whiff? Are you kidding? Yeah. Alright, finish.
There you go. That looks like it might be it right there. And congratulations, you've won.
Very cinematic ending.
There we go. And you got your bonuses right there. So why don't we go back to the main?
Home?
Yeah, let's go home there. All right.
Nice.
Very good stuff. How was that, Michael? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, of course.
Right. I mean, anyway, more content to the game is always good, especially now Captain Marvel update to coincide with the Captain Marvel movie, and that's only the first of the legendary battles.
Episodes. Yeah.
Yes. So there is more to go after that, and there's actually a lot more coming to the update. We're adding a Captain Marvel theme to the Uniform Collection menu. There's also new quest packs for the special missions, and coming soon, the new Collector's Vault. What is it? How does it work? Stay tuned for more details. And that's just a little bit. And for more details on the rest of the update, additions, and quality of life improvements, check out Marvel Future Fight's Mobrium page. There we go, right there. And you can get the patch notes right there. And for those of you who are unaware, we will be transitioning to an all-new forum very soon. So stay tuned for more details, and it should actually be going live next week. Now, as promised, let's answer some of those viewer questions on the Captain Marvel update. You think we should answer those questions now? All right, so why don't we get to it? Now, Bradley asks, what character did you like playing more, Captain Marvel or Nick Fury? Now, do you have an opinion on that?
Well, I actually haven't played Nick Fury, so maybe you can speak better to this. But, I mean, Captain Marvel feels pretty good.
I mean, it feels like a power boost?
Yeah, I'm curious to see, like, what game mode she's going to be good in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, we've just seen the previews.
Right.
So how she's going to be in the meta is a different question.
Now, I'm personally liking the new Captain Marvel uniform right now, but I feel that Nick Fury's not one to discount because of the new passives and leadership bonuses that he's getting. So be sure to try them both out and see which ones you prefer when the update comes out. Now, Durgesh wants to know if there will be an update in 2 parts, like we did for the Sharon Rogers and Luna Snow update, or going further back, the last Infinity War update. Well, no, this is all of the content coming out at once. We're not breaking up this movie content in 2 parts. What comes out is what comes out, and you're going to get it all at once.
One and done.
One and done. There we go. Now, Himata is asking, what good is bleed damage if bosses are immune? Now, well, that's just the thing. Not every single character is good for all situations. You see, when we have almost 200 characters in a game, you have characters that are good for certain situations, and you don't have those I am good for everything characters. Otherwise, half the characters, wouldn't get played with. So that is why you build your teams to match the situations that you want to use them in. So, for example, that bleed damage would be really good for the single-player levels, Now, another question is, will we ever get a Captain Marvel Secret Wars uniform? Well, I mean, it's not in this update, but we are always open to community feedback and figuring out if maybe a future update we might have something like that. You never know. We might get one, we might not. But we love to hear from the fans about what they want and eventually trickle that into our upcoming updates when possible. Now, I think we're good right there for questions. You think that was a good 3-4 minutes right there?
There's one more. Hold on. Neko Flores.
Okay.
Are we ever getting Young Coulson? Well, we saw Young Coulson. He's with Fury, right?
Right. So, we might get an update to Coulson. We might not. All the characters, they're open to getting updates and new costumes. It's just you never know when it's going to happen.
Right.
So moving forward, as far as new events are concerned, we have a lot of stuff coming up. But for now, I'd just like to leave you with one highlight. That pre-update event that you've all been working through to earn tokens? Well, I'm not going to play coy. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm just going to come right out and say it. You will be able to use those tokens in exchange for Korath biometrics. Now, I'd say that's a great way to kick off the update, and stay tuned for more details on upcoming events. Now, thank you to everyone for joining us for our live stream, and for your continued support of Marvel Future Fight. Michael, you survived your first live stream as co-host. Congratulations. I'd like to cheers to that. There we go. Cheers. Captain Marvel. There we go. And we can all enjoy the Captain Marvel update at 8:30 p.m. PST tonight, a little earlier than usual. And then we can all enjoy the Captain Marvel movie in theaters starting March 8th. And you know what, Michael? I know it's a little bit late because it was last week, but I'd just like to say Happy Valentine's Day.
Thanks, Alfonso.
Yeah.
Mine.
Okay. Can I have one?
No.
Can't blame a guy for trying. But you know what? Thank you for joining us again, and good night. Enjoy the update at 8:30 p.m.